RAMCO കേരള പ്രീമിയർ ലീഗിലെ അൽറ്റിയസ് ഇന്റർനാഷണൽ ഫുട്ബോൾ അക്കാദമിയും ഗോകുലം കേരള FC തമ്മിലുള്ള മത്സരത്തിലേക്ക് സ്വാഗതം.
ഇതല്ല ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞില്ലേ, മറ്റേ നൈജീരിയൻ പ്ലെയർ ഇറക്കിയപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞില്ലേ അടുത്ത പെരുന്നാൾക്ക് ഇറക്കാനുള്ളതാണ്. അത് ഇന്റെ ചങ്ങായി ഇങ്ങോട്ട് പറഞ്ഞെന്ന് ഇയാതൊക്കെയാണ് സംസാരിക്കണ ചിന്നോട്. മലയാളമായത് കൊണ്ട് കഴിച്ചില്ലേ. ജനസാറെ കുറ്റം പറഞ്ഞിട്ടോ അല്ലാതെ ഒക്കെ കേൾക്കും. മൂപ്പര് ഗൂഗിൾ ട്രാൻസ്ലേഷൻ ഉപയോഗിച്ചാൽ
Welcome to the RAMCO Kerala Premier League's Friday doubleheader, and first up is Altius International against Gokulam Kerala Football Club, with the young brigade within a couple of wins away from piling pressure on the top form. As for Gokulam Kerala Football Club, they'll focus on more immediate needs, which is the first win of the season. I am Sohan Poddar in the commentary box, and this is match number 20 in the RAMCO Kerala Premier League 2021-22. Altius International lineup, and they continue with their 4-4-2 formation, and not just the system but even the players as well. 3 changes from Deepak Cherikudi from that win against Real Malabar Football Club, which should have ideally been more than just 1-0, and Mohammad Shamnas and Nasib Rahman won the midfield battle that evening, and Mohammad Hasif had a hatful of chances. No wonder he's been given the freedom to support Mohammad Nabil once again. Anything to get the best from the experienced striker, who is of course the only player with the I-League Division 2 experience in this Altius International squad. Deepak Cherikudi and his voice cutting through the Calicut humidity is something we've gotten used to while watching the RAMCO Kerala Premier League. He promoted his trusted attacker from the reserve team and started the season. This is the time he needs him to score as many. Mohammad Jasbir, Kerala Premier League qualifiers top goal scorer, will be looking for more than just a silver lining for his side if given a chance. And now over to the away team, Gokulam Kerala. 5 changes from their head coach Rajiv PA for this one, as a return of Abdullahi Kanote and Omri Baird, and Pandian, who makes his Kerala Premier League debut for the club, as the manager is opted for packed midfield to stop Altius International today. Akhil Chandran and Akhil K are also back in the starting pack, since Gokulam have not scored, but that just tells you how desperately they need the frontmen to produce the goods. The head coach Rajiv PA will be in the dugout in a different element. He will want Abdullahi Kanote to get among the goals. Again, it's been quite since he popped up with one in India. In fact, his last one came almost exactly 2 years ago in the Hero I-League for Aizawl FC. Malsam Puya, Sarat and Anup is the big name on the bench for Altius International. Anup did come on in the last game and scored the winner, and there is a probable debut for Indian midfielder Saubhagya Nayak. Ashik Sahir and Sarat are the other go-to players. Meanwhile, for Gokulam Kerala, there is experience among the subs. Emmanuel Jeremiah and Kiwi Zimami are both available to be called upon. These are the match officials. The main man in the middle is going to be Sanil Kumar KG, and he will going to be assisted by Mohammad Ashik and Liju VM. The fourth official for today is Justin Jose and match commissioner Shajes Kumar K. A loss in the opening game and quickly slipping down the table are Gokulam Kerala Football Club, and Rajesh PA will hope Kanute will score, given that he's taken the most number of attempts for the Malabarians since he has come on in the previous one. And Gokulam are the away side today, and the main issue is that they have tried to find a way to play but often failed to find a way. When it comes to scoring goals and winning games, more than half the team changed for this match, and one of them is Pandian in midfield. He is back in the team and in the 11 as well, but the time to experiment is now a luxury for them. They are in their green outfit. They are the designated away team for this evening. Atlantis International walk into this on the back of a clean sheet and 4 points out of a possible 6, and that is without Mohammad Nabil getting among the goals. But as the season progresses, top strikers they step up, and of course the big news is that Malsam Zuala is back. Ehlan Khan was contesting, and there is something different about this team now. If they can go on a run, they can really book the pressure for that top spot. Both the teams lining up for the team photographs. And Gokulam Kerala, they are starting with 2 foreign players in the starting 11. As Abdullah Kanute, he will be partnered by the Trinidad and Tobago sub-junior international, that is Omri Baird.
Number 14.
And Akhil Chandran also coming at the heart of defense, replacing Abhijit EM, who started in the previous game against Basco Football Club. And the other 2 skippers, Rashid of Gokulam Kerala and Mohammad Shamnaz of Atlantis International Football Academy.
And number 28.
Both of them plays in the heart of midfield for their respective clubs. And their task will be to provide those outlets, to provide those adventurous passes for the strikers up top.
Naveen Das, midfielder. Number 31, Mohammad Ashik, goalkeeper. Number 35, Vivek, defender. Number 37, Mohammad Nawaz, forward.
Atlantis International in their home colour, white and black. They are off to a blistering start in their debut season in the RAMCO Kerala Premier League. In the KPL qualifiers, they won all their 3 matches, including that decider against Kochi City FC, and Jasbir and Sanath were the scorers, and both of them are left out for this one. Sanath is on the bench at the 19 years old, who comes from Malappuram, and Anup is going to be the super sub for Deepak Cherikudi as usual. He came off the bench in that game against Real Malabar and scored the winner on the 78th minute mark, helping Atlantis International Football Club to register their first ever win in the Kerala Premier League history. And they are now placed in the second spot in Group A with 4 points from 2 games. And Gokulam Kerala, they are on 9th. And this is their second game in fact, and James Kitan, the goalkeeper, he is part of Gokulam Kerala's Hero I-League squad. It is going to be his last game in the State Football Championship this season for Gokulam. Both the teams hurdle up, and kickoff are going to be very shortly at the EMS Corporation Stadium in Calicut. And the environment and the atmosphere is very much known to Gokulam Kerala. This particular venue is also their home ground in the Hero I-League. But for the last couple of seasons, due to the global pandemic, I-League now being played at a centralized venue in West Bengal. From next season onwards, we will be hoping that we are back to new normal with the traditional home and away basis. A referee checking his watch, and Gokulam Kerala have struggled in the RAMCO Kerala Premier League so far, but showing a desire to get back to winning ways, and spurred by Deepak Cherikudi and his abilities to make a team bounce right back. We saw that what he did with AIFA last year during the KPL qualifiers, and maybe some of that aura will be used to polish the young brigade. And Gokulam Kerala, on the flip side, they know a rut in football can become a rot very soon. and shot shy and fouled the most. Gokulam, they need fighting spirit, very much like a freedom fighter, Subhash Chandra Bose. And wonderful coincidence being, they have a player named Singam Subhash who is on the bench, and they will rely on him for exactly that. An early challenge on a Gokulam Kerala player. And it seems like Akhil K, the right full back, is clutching his ankle right from the off. He seems to be in great agony. And the right full back who comes from Wayanad was highly impressive in that game against Basco Football Club, especially his overlapping runs from the right hand side. Defense was slightly porous, which is why Joshi has got a new defensive partner this afternoon. And Akhil Chandram getting his first start of the season. He played previously for Viva Chennai, comes from Ernakulam. His fourth season with Gokulam, and Mohammad Shamnas and Nasib Rahman will provide that stability, that protective layer in front of the back four. Is very skillful, Nasib Rahman, the man on your screen at present, who is down on the deck, 19 years old from Palakkad, from Gokulam Kerala's under 18 squad. Hails from Chelembra Academy. His industrious play in the middle of the park is going to define LTS International's debut season in the RAMCO Kerala Premier League. A battle for the ball on the right hand side. It's a throw-in for LTS International. Now they have started in a 4-4-2 with Nikhil keeping his place in goal, Baite, Ruben, Lalram Munmoya and Ehlan Khan making that back four. Ehlan is in the starting 11 for the first time this season. The previous game, Ibnu played on that very particular position, but he's been left out, and chance for Ehlan to stake a claim for that left full back's position, where there is so much competition in this AIFA team. LTS International without the services of their first choice centre back. Alam Khan will have to make the most of the opportunity provided to him this afternoon by the manager. In comes the attack, an early entry into the opposition's box. A shot comes in, it's been dragged wide. There's the first warning from LTS International. They are not going to bow down against the defending champions. They're making the intentions very clear right from the off. A beautiful layoff for the number 9, that was Mohammad Hasif, playing on the right hand side. He also got a goal to his name this campaign. Scored in that 2-2 draw against FC Ariko, and that was AIFA's opening game, and now chance for over. Oh my word, he fails to make that count. The scoreline remains the same. The part is the number 12 for LTS International, Ehlan Khan, who comes to the rescue. That was a superb ball from the left hand side, and he was a one-on-one with the goalkeeper Nikhil, but couldn't make that chance count. And the first meaningful attack for Gokulam Kerala down the left flank, but Trinidad and Tobago International failed to make it count. Another superb delivery. He's gone through everybody. He's straight into the feet of Rashid, who didn't expect the cross to come towards him. Defenders in front of him, and missed the flight, missed the clearance, and now using his space, using his power up front is Omri Baird. That is deemed as a foul, and free kick for LTS International. And all the football lovers of the state who are aspiring, who want to send their kids, want their kids to make a career in football, and can send their kids to the scoreline football schools, and the numbers are on the bottom of your screen. There's Omri in space on the right, cross sent in early. He was looking for Abdullah Kanute's tall figure into the box. The Malian, 29 years old, has scored 4 goals in 9 outings for Aizwal FC a couple of seasons back in the Hero I League. A man who brings a wealth of experience of playing in the Lebanese Premier League. for Borj FC, scored 11 times in 15 caps for the club. Also played for Shabab. He rose to prominence while playing for Rivers United in the Nigerian Premier League. Abdullahi Kanote, he is going to be Gokulam Kerala's talisman up top. Gokulam Kerala are going to rely on him during the KPL for goals. Rahim Osmanu, Mohammad Sharif, and Slovenian Luka Matson, the foreigners for Gokulam Kerala, who will be travelling to Kolkata next week for the Hero I League, which is scheduled to restart from 3rd March. It's a decent move. Gokulam Kerala looking very much positive, and he has released Omri, but a solid challenge coming in from the number 6 of LTS International, who was very alert to the danger. And corner kick for Gokulam Kerala. The corner whipped in into the roof of the net. It's gone out for another corner. Back-to-back corners for Gokulam Kerala. They are looking for a quick start. Ball delivered towards the back post, cleared away by Faiz. Falls for Basant Rai. Couldn't get the cross in. Has been blocked by Baite, but he will get a throw in for his efforts. Basant Rai comes from Darjeeling. A couple of years with Gokulam Kerala's reserve side. A throw in sent in. He was looking for that flick on. It was Abdullahi Kanote, and Omri gets his head onto it. Falls for Kanute towards the left corner of the penalty area, but the flag is up. He is offside. Exerting a lot of pressure in Gokulam Kerala in the opening exchanges. He likes a quick start, and whenever they score early, it does settle their nerves. We saw that trend with Gokulam Kerala, and not just in the State League but also in the Hero I League. And a nice chance opens up for Omri. Beautiful footwork inside the box, but couldn't keep his shot beneath the crossbar. That was a decent attempt by the Trinidadian. Just selling one dummy to the number 12, Ehlan Khan, and taking that shot on the bounce. He just couldn't keep it on target. Headed back is Nasib Rahman. And Mohammad Nabil loses out the 50-50 battle, and the ball is towards nobody. It's going to be a throw-in for LTS International Football Academy. They started off the campaign on 9 January with a 2-all draw against FC Yarikod, and Ibnu, the left full back, scoring a brilliant goal from free kick at the dying embers of the game. It helped LTS International to salvage a point from the opening game, and they managed to build on to that momentum by defeating Real Malabar Football Club in their second game on 15 Jan by a solitary goal, and Anup proved to be the difference between the two teams that evening, who is on the bench. A lot of options for Deepak Cherikudi to try out. The man who comes from Calicut itself, and also an AFC A license holder and coach's instructor as well. A youth development officer as well at the Kerala Blasters, and also senior scout at Reliance Academy. Gokulam Kerala will look to rebuild from behind, exchanging short passes. Ashik. Galin Joshi, a former Kerala Blasters player. Rashid Basanta. They're keeping it simple and keeping it tight at back. Maltese International Football Academy have gotten used to playing against foreign players. The defense knows what it takes to stop foreign strikers. In the opening two game as well, they had to face foreigners, and even in the Kerala Premier League qualifiers, they managed to contend Kochi City FC's two Cameroonian strikers up top. That was the decisive game, and they managed to win it 2-0. That is something they've gotten used to. It's nothing new for them, but the likes of Abdullah Kanote, Omri Baird and Jeremiah, they've got that special quality up top to make the difference. In comes the corner. It's a low ball delivered towards the near post. Got a touch to it. That's Ashik Shahid. And it's another corner for Gokulam Kerala. This time towards the back post. Knock back from Jalin Joshi. Not kept in play. And goal kick for AIFA. And now racing down the right is Mohammad Hasif, looking for Nabil. Well organized at the back, Gokulam Kerala. Ashik gives chase. Gokulam come away with the ball. And now Nabil working hard in midfield. It's been stolen by the number 30 Pandian, a player from Tamil Nadu. The chipped ball is straight to Nikhil. And now Baite. Munmoya trying to unlock Gokulam Kerala's left back position and not succeeding. The idea was well read by the team in green. Omri with a misplaced pass, capitalized by Naseeb, who loses out the physical battle, and Omri too strong for him, but the through ball for Abdullah Kanute, who was offside. And the Malabar region, it takes pride in its very own football legends, and Malappuram is very much considered as the Mecca of Kerala football, and also the football capital of Kerala. And Maltese International Football Academy, they aspire to mold such gifted heroes that come from that particular place. Millions of talented youth from this legendary football continent. And AIFA aspires to be the supply line of the national team and the top tier domestic leagues, with an eye on playing the Hero Elite League next season. That's a very cheap giveaway. And striding forward, it was Balsam Zuala who could pick out the right pass, and the ball has streamed out for an AIFA throw-in. They have got players from across the country. 70 at present, the number, starting from the under 10, the age-wise development program that aimed to develop the tactical abilities, technical abilities, and psychological capabilities and skill development. In the center circle, that deep ball from Pandian hitting an LTS international player, and the possession just shifting from one team to the other in the blink of an eye. Both the sides struggling to hold on to it and string a few passes among themselves. Both the teams midfield yet to settle down. Gokulam Kerala started better among the two teams. in terms of keeping the ball and moving it around. Seeing a lot more of them as well. AIFA trying to keep a very tight line at the back. You can see a low block already. They will look to hit Gokulam Kerala on the counter and exploit the space behind the defenders. Here is Kanute. Kanute has got Rashid close to him. Rashid shifting it out wide towards the left corner of the box. In comes the cross into the feet of the number 15. Here's the cutback, but it's been cleared away by the AIFA defender. Ruben with the good work there, and Harris, his cross not finding his own teammate inside the box. A chance to re-deliver. The offside flag is up. That was a good spell of possession from Gokulam Kerala. Excellent phase of play. 3-4 very quick passes in the final third. Doing it with a lot of variety. And Rajiv PA not taking any risks whatsoever this evening, including his two foreign strikers in the starting 11. His team struggled in the previous one. Kiwi Zimami was off colour. He's on the bench, and now lovely give and go. Space down the left on the overlap. The miss pass, and now Naseem Rahman is onto it. Balsam Zuala, and the ball just skips away from him. Rashid capitalize, and there's the gap, and the pass is too long. Beautifully crafted that gap by the Gokulam Kerala players, and that quick interchange among themselves, and then going for that expensive pass forward. Nice idea. It is International Football Academy. They are on the back foot. Rashid is spreading it to the left, and now on the overlap is Rashid. He's got beautiful footwork into the box and a rasping effort into the side netting, and that is the skipper Mohammad Rashid, the number 12, trying his luck from the inside of the 18 yards. That angle was very much covered by Nikhil, who is between the sticks for Altis International Football Academy this evening. They have got world-class facilities in their academy, Altis International, starting from 11-side to 7-side grass courts, a 5-side administrative block, hostel facilities, kit room and everything. And this might be a chance for them. An excellent challenge, just in time. That was Akhil Chandran. Beautifully done. Just when Mohammad Nabil was about to pull the trigger, the defender just coming to the rescue with that sliding challenge, denying Mohammad Nabil from getting a shot on goal. He will be taken out for treatment. The aerobic fitness hall in the 14,000 square feet walking area, along with the parking area and guarding area, in-house seminar hall, which includes a cafe as well, and excellent facilities for those young kids. And here is Zwala. Zwala has got a couple of players close to him who gave and go working out, but very stray in the end from the Mizo midfielder. Shrugging off a challenge is Kanute, finding his strike partner Baird. Baird takes on the AIFA defender. Still with Baird, cutting in onto his right side, and a layoff on the edge of the area. But good defending there. They followed the run of the attacker and putting him off successfully. A good piece of work by the AIFA back line. Normally quite effortlessly going past Ehlan Khan. There's going to be another throw in. Football clubs in India also recently have been attracting a lot of global interest in recent years, right from the strategic partnership to buying majority of stakes. The Indian clubs have benefited in different ways from such tie-ups. Where the City Football Group, they bought majority of stakes of ISL side Mumbai City FC and steered them to serial success. And for FC Goa and Bundesliga outfit RB Leipzig entered into a strategic partnership for youth development. The new domestic football season in India just getting underway. Kerala United are hoping to gain from such collaboration. They are in Group B in the RAMCO Kerala Premier League, playing their matches at the Maharajas College Ground in Ernakulam. Bino George coached side, but Bino George's former team, Gokulam Kerala, they are up against AIFA and struggling to score goals. Yet to open their account in the competition. Nasib Rahman, that was ambitious from the youngster. He seems to be in a lot of pain once again. Is Akhil K. Some special instructions from Deepak Cherikudi for his players. They are losing those battles in midfield, getting overrun by the big men. Rajiv P.A. will ask his players to keep piling on the pressure. Sometimes the final passes have gone missing by half a yard. That is exactly they will look to rectify. Rashid rolls it for Kanute, who's lost possession on the halfway, and now a chance opens up for Altius International from the left hand side. He went for the shot. That is jersey number 22, Ashik. At the moment he saw that yards of space ahead of him, his eyes lit up. That his body was not in perfect balance to try such attempts. Slightly dislodged as well the moment he tried to pull the trigger. And now Josie, Rashid, an overhead ball looking for Omri. Kanute is chasing. And away by Lal Ramun Moya. Altius International. Another stray. And Gokulam Kerala have it. Omri. And this time, they're keeping a very close eye on him is Ehlan Khan. Ehlan Khan, he comes from Kohipur. Played for Universal Soccer School previously. A beautiful platform for these youngsters to express themselves, and that experience is going to be a catalyst for them in terms of achieving their goals. It is international providing them the platform to rub shoulders with a few of the experienced players of the state in the state championship, with matches being streamed live on the YouTube channel of Sportscast India. These young kids are getting noticed by the clubs, the scouts, and by the football fans of the country as well. A free kick meanwhile for Gokulam Kerala. from the right hand side. Is Pandyan Sinivasan. Looks like interested for it. A familiar name, Pandyan, also played for Chennai City FC in the Hero I League previously. Akhil continues to stay close to him in case Pandyan decides to play it short. Pandyan delivers into the box and Omri went up for it. Onto the second ball, Gokulam Kerala very quickly. Basanta Rai. He's been closed down very quickly by Hasif. Continuing his run brilliantly is Omri. Omri with the turn of pace and beautifully sets up. Chance for Pandyan. Takes a very wild deflection. Very unlucky. That wasn't going in. And corner kick for Gokulam Kerala. They are dominating this half. The team in green. Most of the actions are confined in the LTS Internationals area. And now they will have to defend this corner. The ball comes in. A clean header. Got plenty of power on it. And it is Galin Joshi who has given Gokulam Kerala the much important lead from that corner. And Mohammad Salim, an inch perfect corner, perfect curler, rising high, like a high rise in Kochi, was Galin Joshi to head the ball into the back of the net. And it's 1-0 in favor of Gokulam Kerala. And finally from set pieces, making that chance count. This is something Rajiv P.A. has addressed, which is why he's included a lot of heights in the starting 11 for this particular game. We're opting to go with Omri and Kanute right from the start, and also bringing in Galin Joshi and Akhil Chandram, the players who are quite tall and can provide that aerial prowess. A very tactical move from Rajiv P.A. and his plans are reaping dividends. This Galin Joshi, the centre back, has given Gokulam Kerala the lead. And again, very nearly winning the physical battle was Omri Baird. He is proving to be a headache for the likes of Ehlan Khan, Ruben and Lalram Munmoya to deal with. Using his pace, using his power up top, Trinidadian. And again, Salim will deliver. Will this be the second one for Gokulam? And Kanute's header tipped over this time by Nikhil. He hit it into the ground very cleverly and it bounced off the turf. And thankfully, Nikhil managed to get his gloves to it. To feast it behind for a goal kick. This time taken shot by Salim. Inside the box for Rashid. Salim gets it back. He's fronted by a couple of white shirts. Salim tricking his way past. Will get a corner. Bodies on the line from LTS International Football Academy. They are under the cosh in the first half an hour. And Mohammad Salim once again in corner duties. His first one paid off. His second one very nearly troubling the goalkeeper. The third one as well. No green shirts at the back post to get a touch. Causing all sorts of problems with his in-swinging floaters is Mohammad Salim from corner. It's going to be the first drinks break of this evening. Gokulam Kerala going into the drinks break with a 1-0 lead against LTS International Football Academy. And the last quarter of the first half is going to be very crucial. Gokulam Kerala looking a lot more positive this evening after the defeat in the opener against Basco Football Club. And LTS International, they are playing a competitive game after a span of 30 days. They're slightly rusty. The assistant coach, as you can see, is also sharing his thoughts with the players, just correcting their mistakes. Deepak Chirikudi, an excellent tactician, he's got a wealth of experience, has coached the Lakshadweep side in the Santosh Trophy for 3 seasons. Let's see what tactical surprises he can bring to surprise Gokulam Kerala this afternoon. And there is Kanote, his header, tipped over by Nikhil. He's one attempt on goal already. And this man, the number 99, Omri Baird, he is looking very, very potent, very, very sharp, looking to make things happen. Pardon me. Those tongue twisters are really very, very annoying during the game of football. Closing down from the front is Altius Hasif. There's going to be a free kick. A chance for the home side to make something out of this. Gokulam Kerala have made their set piece opportunity count, and now it is Altius International Football Academy's turn to return the favour. We saw a few innovative free kicks from AIFA already in this competition. In the opening 2 games, Ibnu scoring that wonderful left footer. This time, the free kick headed away by the skipper of Gokulam Kerala, Rashid. It's going to be a corner kick for Altius International. And Abdullah Kanote is the only man up top in case Gokulam rush forward in a counter. But before that, they will have to deal with this set piece opportunity. And an outswing floater, a lower trajectory towards the near post. Onto the second ball, sets up. In comes the cross, and very nearly an own goal. And Malsam Zuala as well couldn't get the defining touch at the far post. That was a teasing delivery. Beautiful curler sent in from the right hand side by Mohammad Shamnaz, the skipper. Pressure moments from Altius International Football Academy. That was much better by the home team. And Omri Baird cushions it behind to Akhil. And now Joshi, the goal scorer. He must not have thought coming into this that he's going to score this evening. Using his height very well. And not just inside his own box, but also inside the opposition's box during corner kicks and free kicks. Munmoya. Malsam Zuala. Zuala goes past the first challenge. Beautiful ball into the path of Hasif. He has managed to round the goalkeeper, but Galin Joshi comes across to clear the danger. Well read there. AIFA down the right hand side, looking for room to cross. There's the number 23, Ruben. Now throw in. Nabil. Nabil has got Harris on his back and now lays it behind. In comes the cross and the header. No power on it. And Hasif was the man who went up for it. Managed to keep it on target. Not a lot of venom on that header. couldn't generate the pace. There's a couple of chances for Alti's International from the courses being delivered down the right hand side, and now Mohammad Rashid has won the ball back. It's a clear ball played forward for Abdullah Kanute. Kanute has got 3 green shirts inside the box. He was looking to play in Pandian. A good tracking back from Ashik. He comes away with the ball, and now driving it forward is Mohammad Nabil. Ashik between 2 players. And the ball taken away by Pandian. Pandian, good combination play with Rashid, and now Haris Basantarai in a lot of space down the left hand side, but he picks out, and now Kanute couldn't turn his head. That angle was beautifully covered, and Mohammad Salim delivery, another tasty delivery from the left hand side for the Malian, who could not turn his head. That angle was blocked, but managed to meet the ball beautifully. And now the through ball for the ball just behind him, and he rolls over. That was the ball played through by the number 9, Mohammad Hasif, for Balsam Zuala. Gokulam Kerala got to be careful. They got exposed a couple of times in the previous game, and that issues on the left hand side continues for them, something which they have not been able to handle quite successfully. Pandian with a short pass for Omri. It's still Omri, close to him, who was the number 6, that is Faiz, and he takes no risk and puts it behind for a Gokulam corner. An excellent setup, a beautiful enclosure being built around Kanute and Omri and Kalin Joshi. He's been marked this time. Salim's ball, and this time it was Kanute, and Kanute makes his chance count. A towering header from the Malian, and it's 2-0 for Gokulam Kerala. And after 2 years, Abdullah Kanute has scored in Indian soil once again. The last time he did that was in the Hero I-League with Aizawl FC. And this time he does it for Gokulam in the RAMCO Kerala Premier League. What a brilliant finish by the Malian. And once again Salim with that mouth-watering delivery inside the box. Great curl on it, and rising above everyone was Abdullah Kanute. Not a lot of power on the head, but he just opted to place it past the goalkeeper. Rising at the far post and heading the corner firmly beyond Nikhil. Rashid. And how do Alti's International Football Academy respond? It's going to be interesting to see. They have never gone down before, given the Kerala Premier League qualifiers campaign, or given the first 2 games. In the previous one, in the first one, of course, they fought back against FC Areekode. They were 2-1 down at one point, and Ibnu helping them to secure at least 1 point from that particular encounter by scoring a brilliant goal from free kick from the left hand side. That was a wonderful take and a difficult angle as well. And this time Omri, a bit of a loose pass. And Mohammad Shamnas also giving away possession very cheaply, losing his composure in the middle of the park. As I have mentioned before, they're getting overrun by the big boys of Gokulam. Gokulam have got a lot of experience in the middle of the park in the likes of Rashid and Pandian, both of them I've got the experience of playing in the I League, and on that count, Altius international players slightly inexperienced. Zola for the skipper Shamnas, who threads it into the path of Hasif, but Rashid winning the header, according to the referee. That was not a fair charge. So free kick for Altius International. The scope for a professional football club structure in Kerala is very high, as Kerala has the largest number of spectators and followers of football in the country. And latest evidence for this is the turnout for the ISL in Kochi during Kerala Blasters home games. And this project aims at developing a professional football team under a public limited company and a club to support the company as well. The Kerala Blasters reserves losing last evening by 3-0 against Gokulam in their opening game. And so the ISL side and the Hero I League side are surprising their fans in the state championship. Gokulam Kerala on this game bounced back very strongly after the disappointing loss to Basco in the opener. Altius International, they are second in Group A, a couple of points adrift of top placed SAT Tirur, and only the top two teams from each group is going to qualify for the semi-final round, and the bottom placed two sides from both the groups is going to be relegated, and they will have to participate and win the inter-district championship to qualify for the Kerala Premier League qualifiers. Another searching ball down the line. It's out of play. Less than 3 minutes of stoppage time left in the first half. Gokulam Kerala, they are looking good in their 2-0 lead. Nabil shows quick feet. The whistle has gone from the referee. An offside decision. The referee just took half a second extra before making the decision. And that's a great channel ball. Losing out was Salim. And now they come away with it. He was fouled. Ruben. A great switch out wide, beautifully taken down. And near the halfway line is the number 12, and that is Alan Khan. He is not having a greatest of the games against the likes of Omri. A very, very technical player to deal with. And here comes Gokulam Kerala again. The ball is into no man's land. Just a minute of regulation time left in this half. Altius International Football Academy will look to pull one back before going into the break. That will do their confidence a world of good. There's been a one-way traffic so far. Just a couple of headers from Mohammad Hasif from the cross down the right. Both the headers were not substantial enough to trouble James Kitton. Another experienced goalkeeper. Made his debut for Gokulam Kerala in the I League in the 2017 season, along with his state partner Kiwi Zimami, who plays as a striker on the bench. He also played for Northeast United in the Hero ISL, and James Kitton, a renowned name in Indian football circuit, a winner of the Calcutta Football League with Peerless. Another low ball, easily collected by Nikhil. So a couple of minutes added on in the first half, and now Alti's International, they are pouring down the middle. Shamnas, Zwala, slightly hasty from the Mizo lad. Should take his time before releasing those passes. Gokulam Kerala just forcing Altis International to play the ball quickly by closing him down. Nasib Rahman's shot. There's a very poor clearance. Falls for Ashik. Ashik onto his right side. Takes a shy at goal. And goes wide. He tried one with his left foot in the opening frame. This time going with his right. Both the shots not on target. Fancying his chance from the edge of the area, even though he had that option of picking out the number 8, Mohammad Shamnas, who was making that decoy run outside him. And now gap opens up for Salim. Salim has got Kanute waiting inside the box, and Omri as well arriving at the near post. But Baite this time with a good work. Last few seconds of this half. Altis International looking to fight back. Ruben, throw-in taken very quickly. Munmoya. That's it for this half then. And Gokulam Kerala, they will go into the break with a 2-0 lead with goals from Galin Joshi and Abdullah Kanute. And Mohammad Salim's corner capitalized by Joshi first, followed by the Malian Abdullah Kanute. So that's the half-time score line. Is Altis International Football Academy 0, Gokulam Kerala 2.
Altis International Football Academy ഗോകുലം കേരള എഫ് സിയും തമ്മിലുള്ള മത്സരം പകുതി സമയം പിന്നിട്ടപ്പോൾ ഏകപക്ഷീയമായ 2 ഗോളുകൾക്ക് ഗോകുലം കേരള എഫ് സി മുന്നിട്ട് നിൽക്കുന്നു. ആ ഗോളുകൾ നേടിയത് മത്സരത്തിന്റെ 27-ാം മിനിറ്റിൽ
And welcome back to the AMS Corporation Stadium in Kochi for match number 20 in the RAMCO Kerala Premier League
Substitution for
2021 between
number
Altius
22,
International Football Academy and Gokulam Kerala.
Replace
And
the
Gokulam
number
Kerala, they are
42,
up by 2
Gokulam.
goals with the first half goals from Abdullah Kanute and Galin Joshi. Altius International head coach Deepak Chinikudi making a very quick change as Ashik comes in for Ashik Shahir, the number 42 midfielder, replacing a midfielder, a like-for-like change. And we are underway with the second 45 minutes. Gokulam Kerala, the team in green and white, will be operating from the right to left of your screen, and defending the goal on their left is the home side, Altius International Football Academy, who are in the home strips of white and black. Yakin Chandran launches it long. Abdullah Kanote, the ball went way past him, and now face for Altius. His ball forward, easily defended by Gallen. Went up for it was Pandian. There was a foul committed on Pandian, and free kick for Gokulam. Mohammad Rashid just on the edge of the center circle. Plays it on the left to Basantarai, who goes behind towards Akhil. And now James Kitan just draws the player towards him to open up spaces in midfield. Altius International is using the pace and trickery of Nasib Rahman from the near left, but the ball has been won by Omri. Omri has got options ahead of him in Abdullah Kanote, deciding to pick out the number 30 Pandian instead, not succeeding, but the loose ball comes back to Gokulam. Mohammad Fahil, too much weight on the pass, it's been kept in play, and now beautiful footwork by the number 32. That was Mohammad Salim trying to take on Ruben, who stood firm in the end. And that's the man. Both the goals scored by Gokulam in the first half came through his corner. And now Basantarai will be delivering from the left hand side. And Basanta's corner, another header. He's gone out for another corner. Nikhil, who was off his line, got a hand on it, that is what the referee has interpreted. Another corner. This time it's a deep delivery, just away from the far post. It might drop here for Pandian again outside the box, sorting his feet out in a crossing area, looking to take on Ehlan Khan. Ehlan Khan reading the trick, responding accordingly. Altius International venturing forward. There's a good run here by Nabil. Wide on the far left. He's fronted by Harris. Neville, there's a good ball for Harris. Shouts for penalty. Not given. Basantarai. Is Salim. He lost sight of the ball. Onto it was Ruben. Ruben, that's a nice ball. The run was not continued by the right full back of Altius International, and that is Faiz. Baite was initially included in the list, but pulling up a hamstring injury during warm-up. That is the only change that Deepak Chinikudi had to make. Rashid. And Pandian was on Rashid. And Nasib Rahman had to stretch. A couple of players now. Go on to Ashik. Ashik succumbing under the pressure and giving the ball away to Harris. Harris got Omar out wide. Omar tried to beat the offside trap, which is why he stood still and didn't continue his run. Cleverly done by the Trinidadian. just playing off the shoulder of the last man. That is Lal Raman Moya, playing at the heart of AIFA defense. Harris, and upon him is Malsam Zola, Omri, and down the line, and now tried to send the number 36 Akhil on the overlap. The ball trickled out of play. Rahman, Ruben, he played for Chennai, an AGS Chennai, 25 years old. And the skipper Mohammad Shamnas has not been effective so far for AIFA. Both him and Nasib Rahman forms a very solid central midfield partnership, with one complementing the other. The understanding between the two makes teams very difficult to formulate moves from the middle of the park. They are usually dominant, but this evening not in the greatest of their forms against Gokulam. Gokulam time and again using the big frame of Abdullah Kanute and Omri Baird. Time and again both the foreigners tracking back to win the midfield battles, getting involved, using their strength, and tactically out-maneuvering Deepak Cherikudi this evening, Rajiv PA. This is a decent angle for a right footer. Basanta Rai goes towards the Trinidadian, but the knockback is straight to the goalkeeper Nikhil. A couple of players in green was waiting in the center in Salim and Kanute. Ruben is scanning the environment, picking out the wrong pass. Omri, that's a vital touch. Absolutely brilliant from Lalran Mumoya. Through ball was on the cards. Rashid. He's sitting deep, cancelling out any potential threat, and making loads of interception. The skipper for Gokulam Kerala. Exchanging short passes. Rashid. Now Salim. He's in a lot of space. Salim bombing down the left. Here is the first time crossing. This time that was a nice ball in, and Harris made his way into the box. Couldn't generate a shot. Losing his balance. Rashid. He's controlling the game in the middle of the park for Gokulam Kerala. That's a superb ball swept out wide, and Pandyan will get there. Kanute on the near side. In the middle is Omri. He's been cleared. It is a National Football Academy clearing their lines as a quick turn from Malsam Zuala. Malsam Zuala is on the run. He's got two players inside him. Picks out Harris. Harris trying to adjust his feet, but very close to him was Rashid, and Rashid quickly wins it off the youngster. Delectable understanding for AIFA in the Kerala Premier League qualifiers between Mohammad Hasif and Jasbir. I was just having a word with the AIFA technical director, Mr. Deepak Cherikudi. He spoke about how Mohammad Jasir had decided to play in the 7-side tournament, which is why he left the AIFA squad. At this very young age, it's very important to make the right choices. But meanwhile, can Gokulam Kerala almost making the right choice inside the box. Pandyan's shot is saved by Nikhil. Had to dive to his left. And Gokulam Kerala certainly making the right choices this evening, and slipped in for Rashid as skitters out. and away from Munmoya. And Mohammad Rashid is charged with winning those loose balls and bringing them into possession for Gokulam Kerala. There he is on your screen, Rashid. Omri. Drifting behind to get on the ball, going past the first man as if he did not exist. And now the ball for his strike partner, Kanute, who got his foot to it. And the goalkeeper comes out very strong. Nikhil leaving his mark just when he was supposed to. And now towards the on-rushing Hasif. Hasif onto his left foot. Quickly sandwiched by a couple of green shirts. Just denying him the space. Gokulam Kerala defenders very quickly anticipating that Hasif was trying to line it up onto his left foot and closing him down. And here comes the ball played back across. Goalkeeper James Kittan collects it. And release for Kanute. Kanute's first touch deserts him. And away by Ruben. Slightly drifting on the right hand side, Ruben this evening. And Faiz very much in a central role. Ehlan Khan through the middle, making the wrong choice. Is headed away into the opposition's area. Basanta is having a decent game. Looking very threatening from the left hand side, joining on the overlap time and again. A much more comfortable game this player from Darjeeling is having compared to the opening game against Basco. Getting held back. A foul. No questions about that. And Singam Subhash is going to be the second man coming in. The second substitution made by Gokulam Kerala. In fact, it's Gokulam Kerala's first. So both the teams making one changes each. And Sirgam Subhash will be replacing Abdullahi Kanute. And the scorer of the second goal comes off. And Singam Subhash, who played for FC Bangalore United, had a brilliant season in the BDFA Super Division. Winners of the Bangalore Super Division as well in BDFA. And his side during the Durand Cup last season reached the semi-finals and lost to Moblin Sporting in the tie-breaker. And Subhash right away in the thick of action, almost breaking free. Munmoya's timely interception and getting his foot in. And diverging the ball marginally and making it easy for Nikhil to collect. Last year, Kozhikode-based team Quats FC was brought up by United Worlds Group and the sports management firm, and also owns the former EPL side Sheffield United, beside three other teams in Belgium, France and UAE respectively. And after being rebranded as Kerala United, the team, which competed primarily in the Kerala Premier League, will make their foray onto the national stage next season. And if they manage to win the RAMCO Kerala Premier League title this time around, things will be a lot more easier. They are placed second in Group B and in action at present the Maharajas College ground. Both the games kicking off at 4 p.m. Very shortly. We will see KPL matches happening at the Thrissur Corporation Stadium, where we had the Kerala Women's League games. The game on 24th will be in floodlight at the Thrissur Corporation Stadium. Some trouble here for James Kitan. That sat up beautifully on the bounce for Nasib Rahman. But couldn't apply the right technique. Didn't quite get hold of the shot. And at the hour mark here, Gokulam Kerala leading with 2-0 against AIFA Football Club, and that's a high press. A loose ball from Hasif. He was looking to play in Zuala, the number 10. It was a bit of a pendulum for Altitude International in midfield, drifting into the channels, making those unmarked runs inside the box, and also dropping deep to help in defense, putting in a lot of labor. Malsam Zuala, a man with excellent work rate, is their skipper, Shamnas, and the number 14, Nasib Rahman. Rashid sliding it for Salim. Salim, he is fronted by Ruben, gets the better of Ruben. Salim's low ball quickly gathered by Nikhil. The game is picking up pace in the second half. Another lofted pass. Here is Hasif. Zuala made that run into the box. Mohammad Hasif did thought about it and then changing his mind and going back. The cross is open, playing it short, getting a foot in is Rashid. On the ball was Nabil. Beautiful footwork there, but getting caught just on the edge of the area. Another punt upfield for Omri. Singham Subhash just playing slightly off the shoulder of the Trinidadian, and there he is. Singham Subhash goes on the outside and a low cross didn't reach Salim inside the box. The goalkeeper Nikhil somehow managing to get there first. Shamnas comes back in field. Ruben. The last season's champions, Gokulam Kerala. They will be eyeing to pick up full 3 points from this game after a bit of a slumber in the opener against Basco, and their winning run of 7 consecutive games were being halted by Basco. Won all their last 7 games in the RAMCO Kerala Premier League last season, registering an all-win record, very much like their women's team in the KWL. This campaign is scoring a staggering 99 goals in 10 games, with almost 10 goals being scored per game on average. Slightly dejected on the bench is Mr. Deepak Cherikudi. Rashid Pandian, and closing in very quickly, Chingam Subhash. He's been tasked to make the right channel active. Singham Subhash, who likes to operate from the left primarily. We saw him play in that particular position during his days in Neroka and also during his early days in East Bengal. He started his career as a striker, as a centre forward while playing for Air India. And that batch of Air India under Bimal Ghosh, comprising not only of Singham Subhash but also Nirmal Chetri, Sanju Pradhan, Samson Singh, all the big names. A nice reverse ball for Omri. He's one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and he has hit the roof of the net. And that is Mohammad Salim. His attempt in the end hitting the upright. And Omri, he was one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Couldn't direct it goalwards. Easy tap-in opportunity for Mohammad Salim. Couldn't hit the target. Just had to tap it in. Losing his composure in front of goal, the youngster. A very almost the third goal for Gokulam Kerala. Shouts of handball. Acknowledged by the man in the middle. So free kick for Altis National Football Academy. Sanil Kumar KG officiating this game. He's done well so far. Not any such big decisions to make. It's Nasib Rahman. Ball whipped in, but the header straight into the safe pair of hands of James Kitten. He comes from Nagaland. And not many Nagamese players in the mainstream of Indian football. Defending from the front is now AIFA, throwing bodies forward in a physical battle with Joshi is Nasib Rahman. Nasib Rahman hot on the heels of the number 42, applying a lot of pressure. Pandian had to come and double team him up, but he managed to win a corner. Is number 44, Anup, who scored that winner for AIFA against Real Malabar. Will replace Malsam Zwala. Let's see whether Anup continues with his heroic stuff of coming off the bench and scoring goals. Very much like Ishwan Pandita of Jamshedpur Football Club in the Hero ISL. It's a high cross delivered, looking for Nabil. It's gone out of play. Nomri's back flick. A defender was there covering. Losing out. And Pandian's forward ball for Singham Subhash. The defender got in the way. That was Faiz. Pandian. The way he wins those battles in midfield is simply superb, and his ball winning technique just getting his foot in from behind. Even though there is a lot of risk involved in that, in case it goes past you, a chance of committing fouls, but once you can recover the ball successfully, a chance of a quick turnover possession. When you have got such a trusted midfield partnership, a trusted midfield partner like Rashid, you can always go up and attack, and knowing the fact Rashid will be behind defending. It also allows the other members of the team also to go forward and try their luck. When you have such a trusted midfield partner, you know who can defend, intercept. And there is Omri Pandian. The ball just going past Rashid. Ashik. AIFA. Now speeding up from the right is Ruben. Ruben with a wayward ball. He will go long. Cleared by Faiz. Ruben again in advanced role in the second half. Creating more options up top. And that was a superb ball played in behind. But the first touch was not of great quality. And that was Anup. Could have had a clear run on goal. 20 minutes of regulation time left. Nasib Rahman and his team Maltese International. If they can pull one back here, it's going to be a very interesting last quarter. They are working hard towards fulfilling that task this evening. They've also got to make sure they do not concede at the back. Coming out stronger in the second half. The goal is still eluding them. Basanta with the lateral ball. Omri pouncing on the second ball, twisting and turning, hustling and bustling. A poor final ball. Being chipped into no man's land. Now progressing the ball very quickly. A bit of a progress from this right flank by AIFA. Laid back to Nabil. Nabil puts a break on his run. The pass beautifully spotted by Salim. Track back. Pandian. He's got great vision and finds Singam Subhash outside of the boot pass. Nice exchange. Singam Subhash accelerating, getting in front of the defender. Still Subhash. Is that a penalty? A long shout. The referee says get up. A nice 1-2 between Omri Payat and Singam Subhash. Initially it looked like he was brought down. The referee was not interested in that one. Play stopped. Nasib Rahman. What a golden chance that was for Gokulam Kerala to finish. And I think Singam Subhash should have gone for that toe poke rather than waiting till the last minute to round the keeper. It's those moments, it's those few seconds where you have to make a decision. Top quality players around the world. That is the area where they edge past most of the Indian players in the decision making in the final third. And I think a toe poke would have done the trick for Gokulam. Even the experienced head like Singam Subhash foiling under the pressure. There was a couple of shirts in white on his back. Maybe he couldn't generate enough backlift to place the ball in. Basanta flicking it over his man. Salim and nodding it down into the path of Pandian, gazing for options. Finds Basanta. He's been under pressure, and every time he's getting on the ball, you can see Mohammad Hasif and Ashik running towards him. One of them just chasing Basanta, and the other one closing down the nearby passing options. And we are into the last quarter. Another long, hopeful ball. Easily dealt with by AIFA. The government of Kerala and their collaboration with the All India Football Federation on multiple projects this campaign, and as a part of the program and in an endeavor to promote the game in the state. Meanwhile, Subhash Singh, his cross, just kissing the upright, going out for a goal kick. As I was talking about that collaboration between Kerala Football Association and All India Football Federation to promote the game and encourage both men's and women's football, and the government of Kerala along with the All India Football Federation, we're going to host a few international football tournaments in Kochi very shortly. A few of the plans had to be cancelled due to the global pandemic and its third wave, which was showing a red eye last month. Furthermore, Kerala also going to host the final rounds of 75th edition of Santosh Trophy Senior Football Championship. They hosted the girls edition, that is the Senior Women's National Football Championship. Manipur emerged as the winners. The AIFF are going to announce the dates of Santosh Trophy very shortly, which is going to be played in two venues in Kerala, Manjeri and Malappuram. The AIFF and KFA will also support the organization of Golden Baby Leagues as well as the youth leagues from the local level to the state level. There have also been talks to set up a national team camp in Kerala in the near future. And they're going to play a couple of friendlies next month for the final of the Hero ISL. And now that was a sizzling run by Salim. Clearance not too far. Pandian sets up Subhash. It couldn't beat Nikhil on goal. Went for it forcefully. Should have opted for placement than power. Couldn't make his chance count. Singham Subhash for a moment. He stopped, thinking that the flag would go up. Shamnas. Pass beautifully cut off by Akhil Chandram. Shamnas from deep. There's a decent ball in. Headed away. Brought down by Hadis. Singham. And outside of the boot ball, Omri is chasing. Omri will get there. Omri will round the goalkeeper. He tried to place it in. Another brilliant save from Nikhil, who's come a long way to deny Gokulam Kerala their third goal. Now Singham Subhash breaks free. And the scoop hits a AIFA player. Sent back once more. This time the rising left footer. And the ball went rising over the bar. Pandian was the player getting on the end of that. A beautiful cross from Singham Subhash. A couple of chances in quick succession for Gokulam. Talk about that for a chance for AIFA. Well. They're on the break. They managed to carve out Gokulam Kerala defense on this occasion. Couldn't make it count. James Kitten smothering the ball. And there's the attempt. There's 11 minutes of regulation time left, and you can see the urgency from AIFA players. And the flick on didn't work out, and now Salim, he assisted too, and now we're looking to get his name on the score sheet. And gets the return pass from Salim, from Omri. Faiz saw that coming and cleared. Shamnas, he will receive treatment. decent tempo in the game in the second half compared to the first. Maltese International just pushing forward, showing some attacking instincts, something which was missing in the first half. And as the man Mohammed Shamil with a couple of assists from the corner. And here's Deepak Cherikodi. He will be happy with the way his team has performed in the second half, especially. Both the goals conceded were due to poor marking during set piece. And Abdullah Kanute on the second occasion using his height brilliantly to head the ball past Nikhil into the back of the net. Joshi as well surprising Maltese International defenders by coming in from behind forcefully, heading the ball into the net. Those two chances given away by AIFA from set pieces had made them pay. And apart from that, since Singham Subhashis came on, they have been tested
Substitution for
at least 3 of the occasions. Rashid
Zwala
Zwala
replaced by base number 7.
comes on.
Lauren
Gokulam makes their second change. Lauren Zwala, he started the opener. Nice step over from Akhil. Manages to win a corner. I was just speaking about Kerala United and how they're making a lot of noise in the Kerala football by appointing the veteran coach Vino George is a clear indication of the club's ambition. Vino George is a widely respected coach in Indian football and played a significant role in the rise of the Kerala outfit. The teams from Kerala enjoyed some heady days when the likes of Kerala Police led by I.M. Vijayan and V.P. Satyan dominated Indian football. And I.M. Vijayan's team, Kerala Police, placed in this particular group, winning the opening game 5-0. They are on third. They will be in action shortly. Lots of giveaways in the middle of the park. And now Ashik twisting and turning, looking up always. This time spotting the run of Anup, who played it outside. Rashid and his true strength lies in his ability to read the game and then react accordingly. Ashik. Ashik, this time with his left foot. Anup getting a feint to stop the touches. He was appealing that he has nicked it. He was asking for a corner. Seems like it's been given. The decision has been overturned by the man in the middle. Maltese International. They still have got time to make a match out of this. Nabil standing close to the corner quadrant in case he decides to play it short, but in fact he has made up his mind. He's going to take it long. Some variation. And now Nasib Rahman's attempt, and on the turn was Anup. He's gone over for a Gokulam Kerala goal kick. A nice variety in the set piece. The initial shot coming in from Nasib Rahman blocked Lots of human traffic in the box. And then latching on to the second ball was Anup, the substitute, and Lalrin Zuala. And that's a fine ball for Singam Subhash. He's got space and time. Subhash tried to dink it in. And away by Faiz. He's trying to make things happen, Singam Subhash, and now Basanta Rai this time. An extended foot from Faiz. The covering man stepping in at the right time. 5 minutes of regulation time left, and now Rashid, past one, sets up Basanta. Basanta trying to bring his favorite left foot into action. Subhash winning it back. Oh, that's a great ball chipped in for Lalrin Zuala. Lalrin Zuala has got his statement. Munmoya behind. Cross from deep. And a very feeble punch from Nikhil. Altius International finally clearing their lines. Nikhil is down. Altius International's own product, Nikhil, 23 years old. He's got state participation to his name. Played for Malappuram. 4 minutes of regulation time left in this game. Altius International Football Academy seems like heading towards their first defeat of the season after an unbeaten run of 5 games this term. That is, if you count those 3 games that they have played in during the KPL qualifiers and the opening 2 game. They were unbeaten in 5. And now, by the look of things, it seems like they're going to face their first defeat of the season. That too into the hands of the defending champions, Gokulam Kerala. The goalkeeper had to reach up. Subhash's ball in. Another corner. Singam Subhash can play on the flanks, can play as a central striker, take free kick using his left and right foot. This time the header not on target. Another teasing ball towards the near post. Couldn't keep his header on target. And Emmanuel Jeremiah, the Nigerian striker, is getting ready to come on. And Omni Baird, the Trinidadian, will make way for the Nigerian. Jeremiah travelled with Gokulam Kerala during the Durand Cup last year in September.
Gokulam Kerala FC. This number 99.
Featured in a couple of games.
Between Baird, replaced well.
Gokulam
This
Kerala
number
reached
9.
the quarterfinals. Subhash takes a look up, and then the cross is still bobbing outside the area. And the number 32, Mohammad Salim, whipped it across the face of the goal. And out of play. It's been an open game in the second half. Lalrin Zuala chops his way past one. And looking to switch flanks, didn't carry to Salim. Fallen here for Lalrin Zuala. Over the top, in comes Subhash. Again, delayed half a second extra. Chance is gone. Zuala again. We're going to call back play. Cramped up, an AIFA player. Mohammad Rashid of Gokulam Kerala this afternoon. Certainly, he has bossed the central midfield region, breaking up AIFA's play in the middle of the park. He's got a tremendous positional understanding, Mohammad Rashid. We saw a glimpse of him last season as well during I-League for Gokulam. Impressed playing alongside Emil Belli and Sharif Mohammed, the Afghan international, who also scored in the decider against Stadium Road Athletic Union from a very tricky region, from a free kick at the Kishore Bharati Stadium in Kolkata. He brought back Gokulam on level terms, followed by goals from the Ghanaian striker Dennis Antwi, who has disagreed to extend the contract with Gokulam this term, and his void has been filled in by Rahim Osmanu, who has already shown that he can be very prolific as well. He has scored a few goals in Durand Cup and also in the AIFA Shield. Now driving from the left hand side, Nasib Rahman. No way forward. He was compelled to play it behind. And now he will look to manipulate this region, holding up play, laid back, spreading it to the right for the skipper Shamnas, selling one dummy to Basantarai, who was not buying it. Now Salim was looking for Jeremiah. Good covering from Faiz. Impressive start for the youngster. First time he started for AIFA in this game. Subhash chested down by Lalrin Zuala. One more save from Nikhil. His third one, in fact, in the second half. Previously had to deal with a couple of one-on-one situations, and now once again called into action. The score line could well have been 5-0 in favour of Gokulam Kerala had Nikhil not been between the sticks for AIFA this evening. Another header goes wide. This time it was Lalwin Zuala from Singham Subhash's corner, beautifully delivered in, getting into the gap. And not on target. One more chance, and Lalwin Zuala has headed it wide for the second time. This was in fact the easiest of the two chances. An absolute free header. Just had to guide it towards goal. A youngster, not so impressive aerially. Lalwin Zuala play to his feet will be the call. Jeremiah brought it down for Zuala. Jeremiah getting the return. The flag has went up against him. In the last 30 seconds left in this game. It's going to be a comprehensive victory for Gokulam Kerala. And the score line could have been just more than 2-0 had the Malabarians taken their chances. Rashid. Again, this is the last throw of the dice. Lalwin Zuala. And outside of the boot pass, slight deflection. The ball falling for Jeremiah. But beautifully getting stuck in was Lalram Munmoya. The referee checks his watch. He's going to blow it. And that's the full-time whistle at the EMS Corporation Stadium. Gokulam Kerala their first win of the season in the RAMCO Kerala Premier League 2021, and the defending champions, after a defeat in the opening game, are back to winning ways. Reality International had to face the first defeat of the season after an unbeaten streak of 5 matches. Although the 2 goals scored in the first half from Gokulam Kerala centre back Galing Joshi and the striker Abdullah Kanute. The game, in fact, has ended 2-0 in favor of Gokulam Kerala. Thanks for joining us on the YouTube channel of Sportscast India. Goodbye from EMS Stadium.
നാളെ കളി ഉണ്ടായിരിക്കുന്നതല്ല 20-ാം തീയതി മറ്റന്നാൾ FC അരീക്കോടും മത്സരിക്കുന്നു. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് നന്ദി.